Live from your trusted local news source, KCRG News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for the TV9 News at 6. I'm Emily Schrod. The top story today, something we've been following all day today. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has been captured and flown from the country. President Trump announcing that this morning, and it has been confirmed he is now in New York. That plane landing just a couple of hours ago. The president again confirming that the U.S. forces conducted what he called a, quote, large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leaders. KCRG-TV9's Lacey Reeves joins us here in the streaming studio now. And Lacey, you talked to a Venezuelan immigrant who's living here in Iowa. Tell us a little bit about what she had to say.
Yeah, Emily, today I talked to Ruby Caceres. She's an immigrant from Venezuela. She came over to the U.S. in 2022. She and her son, they traveled through 7 countries actually to get here. They said they walked through jungles to get here. Now, Caceres says that Maduro was not a good leader in her opinion, and she actually feared the government while she was living there. She says she's worried for her home country right now, as well as her family that do continue to live there even today. She says her family has their suitcases all packed up and ready to go, just in case something happens.
All right, thanks, Lizzie. Let's take a little bit closer listen as to what she had to say.
In 2022. She says she lived in fear under President Nicolas Maduro.
They kidnap you if you say something, maybe kill you if you express your opinion against to the government.
Caceres says she had mixed feelings about the capture of her home country's president.
I feel satisfaction because I saw one criminal, the U.S. take one criminal, and he won't be there anymore.
But she adds she's unsure about what's next for Venezuela, now that President Trump says the U.S. plans to temporarily run the country.
He feel like he is the owner of the country, you know. They take off one dictator, but now we have another different dictator. It's like different kind of dictatorship.
While Caceres thinks there is a drug problem in her home country, she believes that's not the only reason the Trump administration ordered Maduro's capture.
The narco traffic problem is the excuse that he has.
Ultimately, Caceres says she's most concerned for her family that still lives in Venezuela.
They are in the house, just stay some food and be in the house, no working, no school, nothing, because they are scared.
In Iowa City, Lacey Reeves, KCRG-TV9 News.
All right, Lacey, thanks. And Iowa lawmakers are reacting to this news. Today on X, Representative Ashley Hinson said President Trump doesn't just talk, he takes action and follows through. As Maduro now knows, it's a long past time for Maduro to be held accountable for drug trafficking and narco-terrorism. And Representative Marinette Miller-Meeks said the capture of Nicolas Maduro marks a pivotal victory in the fight against international narco-terrorism. And another statement from Rita Hart, who's the Iowa Democratic Party chair. She said, in part, our courageous soldiers should not be put at risk or asked to enter long-term wars, occupy countries, and rebuild governments without the consent of the governed. And Senator Zach Walz of Iowa, he's the Democratic senator from Iowa, says that Donald Trump has once again betrayed his promise to put America first by forcing regime change in Venezuela with no clear plan other than enriching big oil companies and defense contractors while Iowans continue to struggle in a rigged economy. Now, you can read full statements from these lawmakers and more on our website at KCRG.com. Now, another thing that Iowans one thing that Iowans know all too well is the power that severe weather can bring. Experts from Iowa State University say weather events in the state, like the 2020 derecho that we experienced, are causing insurance companies to raise prices and in some cases leave Iowa altogether. I know we've done a few stories on that as well here, but KWQC's Estefania Pinto Ruiz reports one possible solution could be building more weather-resistant homes.
The Community Foundation of Greater Muscatine is working with partners across the city to use technology to build more sustainable housing in the area. One of those efforts includes developing a 3D machine to help build the homes.
Here actually is able to move side to side. So like you can go, this way, and then the entire yellow piece, which is called the bridge, is actually able to go this way. So effectively, we've got two axes, and we're basically, once we get it hooked up, able to tell like the computer where it's at, and tell it to go to like a certain coordinate system to be able to build.
They are still working on the automation of the 3D machine that will build the first floor in concrete. The roof will be wood.
Like an example of a piece that would get cut out of that plywood, and then they go together like Lego blocks, and they hook together with these bow ties.
These are called wiki houses. Project participants say these homes can lower utility bills, require low maintenance, be more weather resistant, and use sustainable materials, which might also reduce insurance costs by 30 to 50%. They are also working with Muscatine Community College to implement the use of hemp plants in construction.
Can be utilized for building construction. It's very, very sturdy. It's been used many decades ago, and so one of the goals for our students is to learn how that can be matched or mixed with cement.
Organizers hope others implement these ideas, take care of the environment, and provide families with affordable homes to buy. In Muscatine, Estefania Pinto Ruiz, KWQC-TV6 News, report for America.
Well, coming up, we'll have AJ in to tell you about the weekend weather, but definitely looking a little bit calmer than we've seen the past few weekends. Stay with us. Welcome back to the TV9 News at 6. I'm Emily Sherrod, joined now by meteorologist AJ Rickman. A little quieter weekend than we've seen the past couple.
Yes, it has certainly been nice to have that quiet weekend in terms of weather and forecasting the weather, and also for any travel plans that you might have. Now, this evening we are looking at pretty seasonable conditions, and the nice thing, the weather's going to be very mild as we get into next week. So if you have had any desire to get outside, maybe get Christmas decorations taken down, great chance to do that over the next couple of days. This evening, right now, Mount Vernon CityCam is showing those temperatures currently in the mid to upper 20s. Our winds are currently out of the northwest, and they are fairly light at this hour. Now, as we go through the rest of our evening, we will be watching for clouds to break up a bit, and we are going to see a period of partly to mostly clear skies for portions of eastern Iowa, but then clouds do build back in by the time we get to tomorrow morning. During the morning hours tomorrow, clouds work their way back through. We are mostly cloudy by the time we get to your Sunday afternoon, and we keep those cloudy skies around through your Sunday evening as well. We do get a little bit of clearing tomorrow night, and then as we get into early Monday morning, those clouds do work their way back in. So we are going to see these clouds coming and going, but they aren't going to have any precipitation with them for the next several days. For tonight, lows are going to be falling into the middle and upper teens for the northern half of the viewing area, 20s as you go farther south with those light winds out of the north. Tomorrow, we are going to watch for highs to make it into the 30s across the area, so just a degree or two warmer in most places than we were today, with those clouds sticking around. One thing you are going to notice for tomorrow is that it's going to be a little bit breezier. Today, of course, a fairly calm day out there, but tomorrow those winds are going to pick up at around 20 to 30 miles an hour. That'll be around your highest gust during the afternoon and into the evening hours. Once we get to tomorrow night, those winds do diminish once again, and then as we get into your Monday, those winds stay fairly light. But you will notice, with the exception of Tuesday, where winds are out of the west, we're going to keep a southerly direction to the winds for much of the next 5 days. That's going to help push in some milder air. That is going to really make its presence known by the time we get to Monday. Once the mild air is here, we're going to stay well above normal in terms of our temperatures all the way through the upcoming work week, and that continues into your Thursday before somewhat cooler air works its way in Friday and on into next weekend. As our temperatures stay mild, our weather also stays quiet. We are going to see, again, those passing clouds at times, but you'll notice by Thursday at 7 p.m. still looking at generally quiet conditions across the area. We will watch for a chance at some rain or a rain-snow mix as we get into your, again, Thursday night into early on Friday. You'll notice by 3 p.m. Friday that storm system is passing by us, and we will watch for, again, rain to start, that chance for a transition or mix over to rain and snow, and then some more snow showers possible on Saturday. Now keep in mind, this is for a disturbance, or a storm system rather, that is about a week away. So you'll want to check back for updates to the forecast as we go through the next several days. There is plenty of time for this forecast to shift around in terms of how much precipitation we see, and also what type of precipitation we see. Temperatures are going to have a big role in whether we see more rain or more snow with this event. So again, something you will certainly want to keep an eye on, and that we will be keeping an eye on for you over the next several days. There's a look at that very mild week coming up. Highs are in the 40s as we get into your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Some areas by Wednesday and Thursday, especially in our southern counties, could crack the 50-degree mark, and then we do watch for that active weather pattern to return for your Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then we do look a little bit colder as we get towards the end of your 9-day, but not bitterly cold, just seasonable, about where you would expect our temperatures to be at this time of year.
Mild and not bitterly cold are all things I love to hear in January.
Yes, wonderful things to hear in January, and again, if you want to get outside and take advantage of that, now's really the time to do it, because we are going to have the rest of January, all of February, and really a good portion of March as well, where things can get bitterly cold, they can get snowy. So again, kind of a treat we're getting here for the start of the new year.
I was gonna say, I gotta remind myself, winter is far from over.
Yes.
So take it while we can get it, and then we'll go back to the cold. I was just telling Corey the other day, I lost my gloves. I don't know where they went. So this little warm spout is gonna be great for me, as my new ordered ones are still coming in. So
there you go.
Hopefully they get here before the next cold snap.
I hope so for your sake too. And speaking of lost gloves, it's always interesting to see when the snow melts in the middle of winter, how many lost gloves are on sidewalks.
Yeah.
Occasionally you'll find a boot here or there.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have that, but of course, long way to go before the end of winter. So enjoy this mild spell, but just be mentally prepared for that next cold snap and next round of snowy weather.
All right, thanks, AJ. Colin is out shooting sports right now, so no sports at 6 tonight, but he'll be back for the KCRG-TV9 News at 10. So be sure to tune in, and of course, we'll keep you updated on everything happening with the situation with the Venezuelan president. Thank you so much for tuning in, and again, we'll see you back at 10.